Now, MPs are to vote in a few hours' time on proposals that would allow smoking to be banned in cars carrying children in England. Smokers groups say this will be an intrusion, but health professionals have voiced their support. The measure was approved by the Lords last month. Here's our health correspondent, Dominic Hughes.
Okay.
The family car is somewhere many would regard as a private space. But nearly 7 years after smoking was banned in most enclosed public places in England, MPs could be about to go one step further and ban smoking here too. It's a measure health campaigners have been battling for.
What we've got here is young children's developing lungs being exposed to passive smoking and the possibility of it making worse asthma and predisposing to other respiratory problems later in life.
The number of smokers has fallen dramatically since the 1970s, so now just over a fifth of adults smoke, and 1 in 7 of them admit to smoking in a car with children. Smoke can stay in the air for up to 2.5 hours, even with the window open. A hard-hitting television campaign has tried to drive home the message, and supporters say the measure will protect the well-being of vulnerable children who have no choice over being exposed to the harmful effects of second-hand smoke. And parents we spoke to were broadly in favour.
I think if there's children involved, then I think that you shouldn't be allowed to smoke anyway. It's too confined, really, and they don't get the choice, do they?
I don't think necessarily it should be brought into law. I think we're becoming more of a nanny state, to be honest.
I think the evidence is quite strong that it isn't healthy for children to be exposed to those fumes in a car, but that's my only concern would be the policing of that.
But some smokers say this is a step too far, an infringement of their basic rights.
In terms of civil liberties and how far the government encroaches on personal lives, there's a line, and frankly a car ban is that line. You cannot go over it. And I honestly do believe that if the government does that, people will ignore it because they've had enough.
Just a few weeks ago, a ban on smoking in cars looked some way off. This evening, Labour MPs are expected to back the measure. Conservatives and Liberal Democrats will have a free vote, paving the way for a change in the law. Dominic Hughes, BBC News.